Okay, so this is gonna go for any of the guides I'm gonna make for any tower. So what I'm gonna say is that like these are basically personal strats I have. Like I personally think these are the best ways to do like the jumps on any of these towers. So if you have a way to do the jump that you like to do, use that strat, use your own strat. If you don't have to copy me if you have something you like to do instead. So yeah, that's it for the intro. Alright, Tower Malefic Nuisances, my hardest tower as of this video's upload. So yeah, I'm gonna teach y'all how I beat this in my strats and everything. Alright. So first jump is just muscle memory. I believe it's like a 1.5 set squeeze. Or yeah, this is a 1.5 set squeeze, so you'll get it down. And then this, just hold W and D when doing this. And here is another 1.5 set squeeze. Like that. And then jump up here. This is another muscle memory jump. And then this, you have to hit this button right here with your arm, like this. Just like wait until you get it. And you gotta do a somewhat long wrap onto the truss here. And this jump, try to like flick out, like this. Like, go like as high as you can on the truss. And then hold D and then jump, like this. And then try to climb it. And this jump, you do not have to use alignment keys, but I do. So I use alignment keys like this. Do that header like that. And this jump, I go to the edge of this, and then I use alignment keys like this, scroll in, and then turn back like this. I'm on the truss on the other side. I basically use alignment keys to avoid that wedge right there, so you don't hit your head on it. And here, gotta climb this. I set this up backwards. It's a normal flick. And this thing, I like to try and climb this little thin stud like that. The truss, and then here tap S and turn a little bit and then shift off like that. And this, just go to the edge, turn just a little bit and do a wedge wrap. And here just like you have to hold D until it like pushes you up like this, and then you get pushed out like this. And this is a camera control wrap because of this tilted wall right here, so you gotta like do this. And here I use alignment keys. And once I go on to this truss, I just flick once and then just tap W and D to go around it, like this. And here, it's just simple truss jump. Here, this jump has two ways to do it. So the first way is just hold A and then space like this, and then shift into it. But my way, I like to actually like just like this. You just skip this part by doing holding D and then space like this. And try to climb this. Once you climb that, hold S and D while going around this ball backwards like this. If you do get stuck, just hold like space a little bit and it'll push you to the edge. And then climb this, tap S twice, new bottom flick. And forward last jump with 2, you could either do W and D like that, or you could turn a little bit and then shift. I personally like to do the shift way, like that. And this is a somewhat long jump. Into truss, and then just like hold W until you're at the right side of this truss. And turn like this. And then press space and then D, like this. And here, just hold W and D into this corner, and then turn as much as you can and do like a camera control wiggle onto the truss, and then here, just a simple flick. And here, just flick once you're here, like this, like just tap W until you're like a good height. So you're gonna do deep flick, like this. So what I also do is use alignment keys. It does help with the alignment a little bit. And then just climb up that. Again, it's kind of like that same lodge on floor 2. Just turn and then hold D until it pushes you up. And then here. Easy wrap. And then this is a 1.5 set squeeze, I think. So I do it from here, like this, backwards. Well. Yeah. I'm not... Bro, I never failed this. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay, there. And here, just hold A only and turn onto the truss. And this is a corner truss flick, so what I like to do is to make these jumps less awkward for me. I do like a deep kind of thing, like go a little bit down on a truss and then hold W and then space and then puts you deep into it and then just tap W until you're at good heights. Do shift click. And then this is a 2-step climb. How do I get off onto that ladder is I actually shift into like this. Just shift up. This. And just hold W and space to like at the corner here. And then hold W and then shift into it. The ladder right there. This jump. I like to climb strat it so I get enough heights. And you're gonna turn all the way around like this into a wedge. This jump. Go all the way to the edge of this and then turn to this side of the texture, and then you have to do a very sharp turn because this is a kind of a squeeze. You're gonna have to avoid this pull. And here, simple camera control, muscle memory, and then this ball jump. Yeah, I would just climb onto this ball, and then here, just hold S, tap S, tear at the edge like this, and use the alignment keys. And use the alignment key again like this. And then do a head here backwards. Try to climb that half step. And then here, I go into climbing animation, like this. Make sure you're not pushed out like that. Make sure you're nice and like deep into the climbing like this. And then you're gonna go onto this elevator right here, like that, and hold W and D at the end. This jump, I use alignment keys to set it up. Helps me a little bit. I don't know why I failed that, but it does help me with the alignment for this first jump before. And then this jump, just go to this texture, and then just turn a little bit, and then go onto the truss. And then flick a little bit, like this. And then just hold A only and then turn at the end. Like that. And here I align in the middle of this stud. And then it's just basically you don't have to turn that much if you align it from here. And then this jump, just go all the way to the edge, turn a little bit, and do the wrap around that wedge. Alright, and this jump, I go to the middle of this texture like this. And I use alignment keys twice like this. Unshift and then shift like this, and just hold D at the end. It's a really hard jump, so sometimes you don't actually get enough heights, so it's okay if you fail this. And here, you gotta do a very sharp turn because that's a squeeze. Let's go on to truss. Here, I line on this texture. This, and then I turn. And I like to do this jump backwards. A lot of people like to do it this way. But I learned to do it this way. So I like backwards more. And I like to do this jump backwards too. And here, go to the middle of this texture. Tap the alignment key once, and then shift, and then you're in climbing animation. And then you're gonna have to try to touch this elevator. Like that. And then this jump, last jump before, is pretty hard, so it's okay if you fail this too. Just gotta jump as late as you can and hold WAD at the end. Go on the truss. And it's just simple camera control onto the truss. And this wrap has kind of a squeeze at the end, and it's pretty long. So I use alignment keys to set this up, just do this. Here I also use alignment keys, just tap S until you're at the edge, and then just jump once, and hold W and D at the end to go onto the truss. And there's a truss right there. You're gonna have to do a kind of high jump to that truss. This jump is just a long jump. Just try not to like hit the wall or something. Just long jump. And here, this is a timed part. It only activates this part right here. And then this is a squeeze. So I like to face this way in third person. Just wrap quickly up onto that truss. And then here, there are multiple ways to do this jump. But I personally like to jump from the corner of this platform. And yeah, you gotta turn quickly onto that truss. And then now, just tap S and then turn to this texture. Do a shift flick onto this truss. Just tap S, turn a little bit, and go up here, and then here. Just make sure you tap W late, because it's kind of hard to go onto this ladder. And here, go to the middle of this, between these two textures. like this, and then turn all the way here. Basically, you barely have to do a squeeze when you do that. And last jump is 5, it's pretty easy. And then another kind of camera control on trucks. This strap, you can't jump from here because there is a roof right here, so you gotta jump from down here. And then this jump, just hold W and A, like this. And then this jump, just go to the edge, turn as much as you can, and then hold S and D at the end of that jump. This is one slug gap. An easy jump. And this camera control jump, just hold W and D to do it. And then this jump, just hold D only and then unshift onto this one slug ladder. Once you climb it, just shift up like that. And then this jump, tap W until you hit the wall. Like this, and then turn as much as you can. And then do a sharp turn because this is a squeeze. Let's go onto this one slug ladder. This is just kind of a wiggle jump. And then here, I go into climbing animation like this. Just tap D until you're hugging the right wall, like this. And then just shift back up and then do the wrap. And here, don't hold space. Don't even press the space bar. Just like shift your way up like this. Because if you do press space bar, just watch. You're probably gonna get flung. So this is an example of what you do not want to do. Just shift your way up. No space bar. I like to do this camera control jump backwards. And then this jump, this is an elevator, but I would recommend touching it late, like this. And then this jump, go to this texture, and just like shift your way like this, turn as much as you can. And just go onto the truss. It's kind of a squeeze, but you'll get the muscle memory down eventually, and then here, simple squeeze onto truss, and just hold W and D to do like a walk around off that truss. This is just a semi-long jump. Some easy jumps. And this is just a wiggle jump. You'll get it down eventually. And this is a lodge right here, so I want to get enough height. So go into climbing animation, wait till it pushes me all the way in, and I do a flick. Just hold D. Wait, let me do it again. Like this. Hold D. Just hold W and D to lodge the edge of this, like that. And then scroll out and then shift onto it. Don't jump, just hold W and D. If you do jump, there's a chance that you might get denied by the wedge. It's happened to me multiple times. So, yeah, just don't press spacebar, just hold W and D to get up. This. And then this jump, most people, they do it the bad way, the impossible way. But you know what I do? I just hold A only and up lodge. Yeah, just like make sure you turn your camera until you see you're starting to rise up. And then you don't have to go all the way up, but watch how I don't have to go all the way up, but you have to go like a decently degree upwards. So once I know that I'm high enough, oh my goodness, come on. Okay, for example, this is like a good height point, and then just shift out like that. An easy jump, and then now you're at the net, so if you fall here, you just get TP'd back to start at 6. And then, yeah, okay, so once you go into this truss, flick to this side. Once you're on this side, flick back. And you're gonna do deep flick again, kinda like on floor 3. Make sure I had a good height, and then now I use alignment keys, like this. And I do a flick. So, let me do that again. Like this. Alignment keys, and then flick. And then turn in. And this is a head hitter, like this. And first jump to 8 is a pretty high jump. And you're gonna go onto this truss, so just go to edge and then turn as much as you can. Go onto this truss. Hold W until you are at the edge, like this. And then just turn as much as you can. Hold D and then go. and then shift like that. And here I just shift it. It's a really easy jump. You could either W and D or shift these kinds of jumps, but I love shift, so I shift them. And then here, just align as much as you can, and then just hold D only. You'll get it down. It is kind of a squeeze. It's kind of a tight squeeze. And here, just avoid these two poles. Like that, and then go into climbing animation, and then do a flick into this like 2-step gap thing. And you're gonna do another deep flick. So once you're climbing the truss, just do a deep flick. Make sure you have enough height, and like that. And then this jump, I shift it, and just hold D only to lodge this, and then just get out like that. And then I like to do this backwards. This jump it's pretty like, it's really long, so what like the consequence of for me of doing it normally is that sometimes I do not get enough heights. So I just kind of bounce off like that. But what I like to do is go into climbing animation, do the 13 stud strat, just so basically that means I go into climbing and turn to the right like this. I do like that. And now this jump you need specific heights because you might actually hit this roof right here. So what I do is hold W and D so you're hugging both these walls. And then shift this way and do wrap. And this is I think this is also 1.5 to squeeze. And it is also a long jump, so careful. And then if you failed this, it would be very comical because this is just a tensor wrap, brother. Just please do not fail it. Simple high wrap, and then here, go onto the truss, and then you're gonna do bottom flick, but I do the bottom flick from this side. Make sure you're not too close to the truss, because if you do that, you're gonna like walk out like that. You don't want that to happen. So make sure you go all the way down, make sure you have good heights, and bottom flick like that. And this is a double squeeze, so you gotta basically do 2 perfect turns. And here, just tap S, and just do walk around with W and D like that. This is another squeeze. It's easy though, and then here, first like couple jumps in 9 are pretty hard, so what I do is use alignment keys. For some reason alignment keys, I found out that they work really well on these jumps, so I use alignment keys here, and go into the 1-step gap. Just hold W and D at the end for the 1-step gap. And here I use alignment keys as well. Just tap S so you're all the way out, and just turn onto the truss with W and D. Like that. It's a pretty long jump though. So now we got a truss jump. So I'll just flick out. And then here, this is a 1.5 set squeeze, I also think it is. So just make sure you're aligned in the middle of it, and then hold D and then space. That, and then just climb onto this once the ladder carefully, and then flick to the right like that. And now you're at the button progress section, so first jump of it I do backwards like that. And this jump, go to the edge, turn a little bit, and then hold WAD at the end. There is a little bit of an extension right here. And now what I do, this jump is pretty high, so I go into climbing animation to get a boost. And once I do that, I hit the button. So I don't have to do this section again. So I could just come back up here. But you can't continue. So this jump right here, this is a pretty hard jump. It's super long. Like, it's 100% okay if you fail this. It's ridiculously long. So now what we're gonna do is another like backward squeeze. We're going back. It's not as hard as that previous jump though. This jump's something. This jump, it's not as bad. Now, gotta go onto that truss. Alright, so now what you're gonna do, tap S and scroll out and then shift in the middle of this gap right here. You're basically gonna do a 2-step gap, like this. And then just stay in shift lock the entire time. And for this jump, face this way and just jump up. Because like, if you do face the other way, you can get flung. I think I've seen it happen. Yeah, that basically happens, so you gotta face this way. Okay, yeah, I gotta face this way only, or else you get flung. And then here, this is a pretty tight squeeze. I don't know how big this is. It's probably also 1.5, but I just do it backwards like this. Hold S and D at the end so you don't fall off. And now for this button wrap, it is muscle memory, but what I would recommend you do is go all the way to the edge. Once you hit the button, hold W and D, and then turn in. And an easy jump. Now this is force, let's stick out. It shouldn't be that bad compared to what you have just done on this floor, bro. Like, okay, if you somehow don't know how to do with force, let's stick out, just go to the edge, turn a little bit, and do it. And don't walk off like me. Go to the edge, turn a little bit, and do it. And this, try to climb it, please. I've actually seen someone who's failed this. They just did that, and it just fell. Like, bro, climb it. And then now I go into climbing here, and then I shift back up to do this wrap. Now I got trust to floor 10. Alright, so easy jump. And then here I go to the middle of these two stud textures. Tap S, raise the alignment keys, face this way. And then touch that elevator late so you can go onto the truss. Like that. And then flick out like this. And turn as much as you can this way. Use the alignment keys, press space and then D. Now for this jump, I go into climbing animation, turn to the right, and do a flick. Like that. And now what here I'm gonna do is go as much out as I can and try to climb that. Now this jump is like you gotta like now this jump is just super long. You'll get it down eventually. Just gotta like turn on truss like that. And then this jump I tap S, turn this way. Then I do this backwards and then hold S and D onto that one sig gap. It's like the easiest jump of 10 right here. And then now go into climbing animation, use alignment keys like this, and then hold W and D at the end of that one sig gap because this is a really high jump. So I really recommend using climbing animation for this. And alignment keys, I just do it. I like alignment keys. But yeah, okay, now we're gonna climb into that truss. And for this jump, go into climbing animation like this, and use alignment keys like this. And then just like make sure you're deep enough into the truss. Use alignment keys 2 times like this. And then do a shift flick so you get enough height for this jump. It's a pretty long jump. And here, it's not easy. It's not that easy, but just jump late. And this jump I really highly recommend doing 13 stud strat. So go into climbing, turn to the right or the left. I don't think it really matters for this jump. Just do it. It's pretty long, but if you do fail it, you do go back to the start of 10. Do a header up here. Now for this last jump, if you fail this, you're cooked. You are all the way down to floor 1 if you fail this. So just set it up like this. So I want to get a lot of height. So I do the 13 stud strat. Doesn't matter which way you turn. Once I do that, just hold D only into the lodge. Let's go all the way to the edge of this lodge and then shift out and then just hold D only. Let me do that again. Just hold D, go to the edge of this, and then just hold D and then turn back to the lodge. And just hold W and D and just hold W until you hit the wind pad. So yeah, this is what I've got to say about my hardest tower. Yeah, there's a ton of strats, but I'm proud of them. I made this tower like super fun and consistent, even though it's a lot to remember. This is what I did to beat this. So yeah, good. Bye.